What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the top 10 small forwards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to 220,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Right now we are about 650 off, so if we can hit that in the next 2 weeks, that would be absolutely incredible. Also, lads, we upload more MyTEAM content than anywhere else, so if you guys want to see MyTEAM news, learn about cards, learn about the game mode, there is no better place than right here. So anyway, the small forward position is a lot better than the two guards. Like yesterday in my two guards, I had Byron Scott at number 1. I stand by it. I don't think the two guard. I think two guard position's awful. Like, he's better than Brandon Roy, he's better than Pete Maravich, he's better than David Thompson, better than Ginobili. I think that position's awful. But the small forward, even just by looking at the first page, Dr. J's good, Worthy's good, Pierce is good, Neek's good, Baylor's good. And the fact is that it's a weird one. Like, it's such a good position, and I'm saying this right now. I don't have Elgin Baylor in my list because I don't like him. I've used him at Galaxy Opal. I hate this card. I'm sorry, I hate this card. Yeah, he's got goal clamps, quick first step. I just think there's better. There is 10 better small forwards in the game. I actually think there's 11 better small forwards in the game, because this guy isn't even my honorable mention. He's my number 12 because it's just something about him. Like, he's quick. He's super quick. And that's really it. He's super quick. I can't shoot with him. He's got Brook Lopez base, which is the Porzingis release. I can't hit a shot with that base. So it may be just for me, but if you guys do like Elgin Baylor, it's perfectly fine. He's still as good as pretty much all the two guards. If Elgin Baylor could play the two, he probably would be like top 3 on the two guards list. Like, that's how strong this position is. But our honorable mention is Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson, he's good. Man, he's good. No real ball handle, but 84 lateral quickness. He can get clamps, he gets quick first step, he gets range. He's got one of the best releases in the entire game, basically the same release as Dr. J. And as well as that, he's got the Pro 8 Tween, which is really good, and the Curry Slide. The Curry Slide is absolutely, like, it's crazy. It's crazy how good that move is this year. It's not quite as OP, but it is like the equivalent of the explosive behind the back from last year, or it's the equivalent of having like the normal 4 leaner from 2K19. It is what the cheese is for this current gen. But at the end of the day, it is like 3 weeks. It's like 3 weeks until we get next gen. So sure, look, it is what it is. Things might completely change. Then at number 10, we've got LeBron James starting out our list. Now, this just shows how strong this position is. 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 90 driving dunk, 85 lateral quickness. He's one of the fastest players in the game. Got an 83 3 ball. Problem is that he can't get range. He's only, like, Silver Clamps is fine. Silver Clamps is fine, but he can't get quick first step as well. The reason I have him over someone like a someone like a Baylor is because I prefer LeBron's release. I still don't think he's spectacular. He's got Pro 8 though, which means he can go by people one between the legs quite easily. But LeBron's dunk package is crazy. Like, if LeBron goes into dunk animation, he is dunking it every single time. As well as that, he can play 2 positions, play at the power forward, and he's 6'9", thankfully. So he's not listed at 6'8", he's listed at 6'9", so he's got very, very good height for that small forward position. So definitely worthy of being in the top 10, but in my opinion, on the lower end. At number 9, we got Chuck Person. Chuck Person has hot zones basically everywhere. He doesn't have the best speed, but he's got good lateral quickness of 82, and he can get basically every important badge. So he can't actually get quick first step, but he can get clamps, he can get every defensive badge, and he can get range extender. As well as that, he's got Hall of Fame corner specialist, Hall of Fame hot zone hunter, Hall of Fame difficult shots. He is one of the ideal 3 and D cones. He's got not great SIGs. Base 30 is Scotty's release, which is not ideal. But again, he's 6'8", so he's got decent height for that small forward position. While his release is a little bit slow, he's going to hit shots from basically everywhere, and is just an overall really, really good card. Is he better than LeBron for 90% of people? No. But for the way I play the game, Chuck Person is better than LeBron. For 90% of people, Chuck Person is not as good as LeBron. Also, Chuck Person is not as good as I just went off his page, Elgin Baylor. So Chuck Person for me is 9. If you want to argue him not in your top 10, I'm fine with that. At number 8, we have got Paul George. Paul George is an almost perfect card, apart from the fact he can't get range. As literally, that's his only problem. Comes a silver Heart Crusher. Silver, quick first step, it's upgradable. He has got no range extender, unfortunately. He's at 86 speed, 83 super ball, 86 acceleration, 90 lateral quickness. He's 6'9" and can play the 3, which is really good. He's got an 83 3 ball. The big thing is, though, he's got that Pro 5 behind the back, which is really, really nice. Paul George's release is one that I really like this year. Like, I know some people love it, some people hate it. I am a big, big fan. I've liked Paul George's release pretty much every year. Last year was the one year I didn't like PG's release. I liked his release on Gold Quick Draw, which was his Diamond card and Cam Reddish. Did not like it on Hall of Fame Quick Draw at all. But at the end of the day, PG's release was one of the best releases in 17, was one of the best releases in 18, one of the best releases in 19, and I still think it's one of the better releases in 2K21. So I definitely think Paul George's release is good enough that it's definitely usable. And he's a great defensive card, as well as having a lead behind the back and a lead dunker. So he belongs to be on this list, and he's here at number 8. At number 7, we've got probably my favorite small forward in the game that I currently have in my squad, and it's Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce has got a 92 3 ball, 81 speed, 75 speed ball, 80 acceleration, so he's not going to be blowing by people. He's got gold range extender, gold clamps, he's got the Pro A tween. His release is fantastic unless you're shooting from the corners. And Pro 6 behind the back is really, really good as well. Why is he this low if he's this good for me? I have him this low for the sole reason that he can't shoot corner 3s. It's a big factor. He takes the most long 2s in the game. And basically, every time he shoots the ball from the corners, you are losing 1 point. You don't think it's that big a deal, but it is. It really is. So if he spots up in the corner 5 times in a game and you hit every one of them, you've lost 5 points. Like, you have to take that into account. Like, losing 5 points can be the difference between winning and losing a game. And that's the reason why I didn't use Melo last year. It's the reason why I didn't like Paul Pierce last year. And that's the reason why he is down low on this list. Not even in the top 6. If he could shoot from the corners, he would be easily in the top 3 or 4. He'd be a beast. And I think he's one of those cards that in the transition to next gen will probably still be really good. And number 6, we have got James Worthy. James Worthy, 6'9", can play in the post. His speed with ball is the one killer. He's very, very slow with the ball. But he's elite in the post. He's an elite perimeter defender. He gets range extender. Decent 3-ball rating. And for me, I love base 22. I'm going to say it right now. Like, look at the amount of cards that have 22. If you like any of these cards released, you probably like base 22. It's like a third of all the cards in the game. His dribble sigs aren't the best, but he's not going to be running with the ball too much anyway. So he's like, again, he's another really good 3-and-D cone, but I think even though he doesn't quite have the hot zones, his release is still fantastic, and he can play. His ability to play in the post is a big one. Like, people don't really understand just how easy it is this year to score in the post. No one really cares about post defense, so it's very, very easy. I think he's not a card that will stand the test of time well. Like, as the year goes on, he will be a card that will get gradually weaker and weaker. There's some cards that will stand the test of time better, like, for example, the Diamond Paul George. At Diamond Paul George will definitely stand the test of time better than James Worthy. If we look back in a month time, Paul George definitely will be better. But the thing is, right now, Worthy, man, he's a mismatch problem and he can hit jumpers, so he's getting in here at number 6. At number 5, we've got Mike Dunleavy. And Mike Dunleavy's quality. I'm sorry, he is. 93 ball. Passable speed. He can get range extender all the way up to gold. He gets basically all the shooting badges. He can get quick first step. He can get clamps as well. He can get every defensive badge. He's 6'9", and he can play the 2. Like, we can't forget, like, being able to play a 2 at 6'9" is an unbelievable secondary position. He's got no real dribble sigs, but he's at base 4. I mean, in my opinion, base 4, CJ McCollum, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Keane, Robert Reed, Donovan Mitchell. It's one of the best releases in the game this year. Base 4 last year was a little bit iffy. It was like, I'm trying to think who had base. Donovan Mitchell had base 4 last year. Jeff Petrie had base 4. Dino Raja and Kevin McHale both had base 4. it was a good release last year. This year it's way better. This year base 4 is a really, really good release. And Mike Dunleavy getting into our top 5, mainly because he's the best shooting small forward in this game. At number 4, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the best defensive small forward in this game, and it is not even close. It is not even close. The only reason is it's tough to shoot with him. Yes, there are people that can shoot with him. Yes, I'm saying this right now. If you play defense as well as someone like Ty plays defense, this is the best small forward in the game. I'm sorry, he just is. Problem with Giannis is that he can't shoot at all. He just can't. But he's super fast, super good on defense. The best, like, he can get quick first step goal and blow by people, dunks on everybody. Has got still the glitchy behind the back, still got Giannis's release. He just can't shoot the ball at all. And yeah, there are a few people that are skilled enough with him to shoot with him. I am not one of those people. So that's why he's just outside my top 3. But you can probably argue any one of these final 4 as the best. Actually, I think the best, people know who the best is, but you could argue 2, 3, and 4 any order. At number 3, we've got Latrell Sprewell. This was a card that I am shocked at how good this card is. I was genuinely shocked. Because he can go and get range extender. He can get clamps. He already comes with silver heart crusher. He can get quick first step, which comes with silver. He's got an 88 lateral quickness, which is really good. 90 driving dunk and 86 3 ball. But his SIGs, man. He had all normal SIGs when he first came out. They changed him. He's now got the Pro 1 behind the back, which is a lot better this year than it was last year. It's the T-Mac behind the back. He's got base 4, so he's got that same release as a Mike Dunleavy. He's a little bit smaller, 6'5", but I definitely would play him at the 2. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. And number 2 and 1 are literal, like, just slightly better versions of this guy. Literally it. They all do the same thing. They're just slightly better. There's just one. This is the third best version. This guy number 2 is the second best version. Guy number 1 is the best version. At number 2, Dominique Wilkins. Dominique, even though his 3-point rating is only 3 less than Sprewell, it is significantly worse. But he's a good bit faster. He can get quick first step, can get goal clamps, he can get range extender. Release is a little bit iffy. Base 8 is not ideal. I really don't think base 8 is a great release. Not the best dribble SIGs. You can definitely argue Sprewell over Dominique. I just think Dominique is that little bit better because he runs a bit faster and he's that bit better on defense from what I've used, as well as being 2 inches taller, which definitely helps. But Dominique, a decent shooter, one of the best dunkers in the game, one of the best slashers in the game, as well as a really good defender. So definitely worthy of number 2. And at number 1, Julius Erving. Is Julius Erving worth picking up? Hell no. To make Julius Erving good, you not only need the like 1.2 million MT lock-in, you need 100k to at least to upgrade his range extender. He has to get quick first step as well. Range extender and quick first step, to upgrade those, you are probably paying like 130k. So he probably costs at 1.5 million. Is he worth it? Of course not. Is he the best small forward in the game? Yes. 6'11 wingspan. 6'6", which is a little bit small. Can play the 2, which helps. 83 3 ball, 94 speed acceleration. 90 perimeter defense as well. 86 speed with ball, 95 driving dunk as well. 87 lateral quickness is really good. So he's a great defensive player. He's got the Pro 5 behind the back, which is really good. He's got the same release as Steven Jackson, which is really good as well. Hot zones 2 out of 5 spots, but thankfully they're the 2 most important spots. You'd rather see hot zones in the corner, but it's not the end of the world, especially because he is goal corner specialist. But yeah, without question, the number 1 small forward in the game. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. We got 3 of the 5 positions in, and it'll be interesting to see what comes out tomorrow. My guess is idols, and idols so far we've seen Manu and Dominique. I really don't know what other one we see, to be honest. It could be anything. Like, there's no point even trying to predict. It could be literally anything. I doubt it's a point guard. I think we're probably going to get like a Wilt or something, but you just never know. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.